Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the road trip ready trivia quiz made to be played in the car. Today's episode is the Friday night pub quiz number 23. This is episode 892. This is a 21 question random knowledge trivia quiz where the questions come from a good mix of easy, medium, and hard levels of difficulty. There are 20 questions up front, and the question 21 tiebreaker is at the end of the episode if you need to stick around for that. Let's get started with question number 1. This word comes from an Algonquin word meaning kinship group. Often made of cedar, one of the tallest at 173 feet is in British Columbia. What are these tribal emblems of the Pacific Northwest Indians consisting of pillars carved and painted with animal figures? The answer is totem poles. Question number 2. The loop quantum theory of this force attempts to unify it with the other three fundamental forces, as does string theory. On Earth, acceleration due to this force is about 9.8 meters per second squared. What is this force believed to be enormously strong in black holes? The answer is gravity. Question number 3. This city had 7 kings, but they were driven out following the attack on Lucretia. Its founders, Romulus and Remus, were the twin sons of Rhea Silvia. What is this city on the banks of the Tiber, home to people like Cicero and Julius Caesar? The answer is Rome. Question number 4. 7 months after the ratification of the Articles of Confederation, the Americans handed the British their final major defeat at what battle where Lord Cornwallis surrendered to the American and French troops, essentially ending the fighting of the American Revolution? The answer is Yorktown. Question number 5. In Isaac Bashevis Singer's Stories for Children, this figure can allegedly change children into hedgehogs, rats, or frogs. This character flies in a mortar, wields a pestle, and steals little children. Who is this Slavic folk character that lives in a chicken-legged house? The answer is Baba Yaga. Question number 6. Their teeth tend to have fairly flat crowns, and they do not have canines for biting meat. Contrasted with carnivores and omnivores, what is the classification of these animals which basically eat only plants? If they basically eat only plants, they are classified as herbivores. Question number 7. Darsy the tailor bird and Chuchundra the muskrat help this character, though he does the real fighting and defeats the cobra Nagina. Who is this mongoose, the titular protagonist of a Rudyard Kipling story? The name of this mongoose and the title of the story is Rikki Tikki Tavi. Question number 8. He became president after Leon Czolgosz assassinated his predecessor, William McKinley. Who is this president, the 1912 nominee of the Bull Moose Party, who, during the Spanish-American War, led the Rough Riders to victory at the Battle of San Juan Hill? The answer is Theodore Roosevelt. Question number 9. This musical is a modernized version of the Puccini opera La Bohème. One character, Collins, teaches computer-age philosophy, as he mentions in the song Santa Fe. What is the title of this musical featuring the song Seasons of Love? If I sang the lyrics of Seasons of Love, you'd know it right away because it starts off with 525,600 minutes from the musical Rent. Question number 10. Tribes described by this term include the Baka, the Bambuti, and the Twa. Theories for their unusual characteristic include a lack of food or vitamin D. What is the name for these groups found in Africa and other places whose adult members are usually less than 59 inches tall? The word used to describe them is pygmy. Pygmy is the answer. Question number 11. There are only 3 countries in the world that begin with the letter F. Fiji is one of them. What are the names of the other 2 countries, both located in Europe, that have names beginning with the letter F? Fiji, France, and Finland. France and Finland are what we're looking for. Question number 12. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, this desert forms part of the southwestern border of the Great Basin. What is the name of this desert that contains the lowest and hottest area in North America called Death Valley? The answer is the Mojave Desert. Question number 13. Along with the Persian Empire, this empire dominated much of the Middle East during the 16th century, while the Treaty of Versailles dissolved it in the 20th. What is the name of this empire, the birthplace of Mother Teresa, which basically became Turkey? Modern-day Turkey was once the Ottoman Empire. Question number 14. He appears on the reverse of the District of Columbia quarter along with a piano. Who is this jazz musician known for pieces like It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing and Take the A Train, who was a member of jazz royalty? This jazz musician was known as jazz royalty because he was the Duke, Duke Ellington. Question number 15. 3 types of this structure are bunker, tower, and bag. What is the name for these tall, cylindrical towers, often found on farms, specifically designed for storing and fermenting fodder and silage to feed livestock? What is the general name for these structures? Bunker, tower, and bag are types of silos. Silo is the answer. Question number 16. Perhaps his most famous opera is Eugene Onegin, which contains a 15-minute-long letter aria. He also wrote ballets like Swan Lake and orchestral pieces like the 1812 Overture. Who is this Russian composer of the Nutcracker? The answer is Tchaikovsky. Question number 17. In human nutrition, necessary bulk minerals beginning with P are phosphorus and this element. Although it starts with the letter P, its atomic symbol is the letter K from the Latin kalium. What is this element found in bananas and seawater? Make sure you drink your seawater. The answer is potassium. Question number 18. These animals usually have moist skin to help them respirate. Their name comes from the Greek for double life, since they live in both water and on land. What are these vertebrates, examples of which include salamanders and frogs? Salamanders and frogs are both amphibians. Question number 19. The heavily polluted Ganges River flows through this country, whose capital is New Delhi. Another river, the Indus, nursed a Bronze Age civilization. What is this country, the birthplace of Mohandas Gandhi? Mohandas Gandhi, also known as Mahatma Gandhi, was born in India. India is the answer. And question 20. Scott Ingle and others recently discovered that this star is 1.5 times brighter than it was when first observed by Ptolemy. What is the name of this star, often called the North Star, which lies almost directly above the North Pole? The North Star, or Polaris. Polaris is the answer. And that concludes the first 20 questions for today's quiz. This was number 892, Friday Night Pub Quiz number 23. If you have any questions about today's quiz, or for me, or about the channel, you can look us up over on Facebook. That's the social media site that we're most active on outside of YouTube. We're also on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to find us on there, you can ask us questions over there. You can suggest something. You can critique the quiz today. Whatever you want to do, just make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. And let's get ready for question 21 today, the tiebreaker for today's quiz. Characters in this novel include St. Clair, Eliza, and Simon Legree, who owns the titular character. Written by Harriet Beecher Stowe and credited with helping to start the American Civil War, in what year was Uncle Tom's Cabin published? Whichever player gets closest to the correct year is going to win the point. Uncle Tom's Cabin was published in 1852. Whoever got closest to 1852 is going to win that point, and if there was a tie after question 20, whoever just won the point just won the whole game. Congratulations, thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next trip.